The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation, Stewart Title, or Stewart Insurance. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
Whether you're a real estate broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, everything matters when it comes to real estate. This is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Stewart Title's Bill Knapik and guests open the door to what really matters in owning, buying, and selling real estate. And now, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance. Here to inform, entertain, and inspire, Bill Knapik.
Welcome to the show. It is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Knapik. Thank you for joining us right here on episode number 418. And it is also the second edition of our Go Texans shows. That's right. What does that mean? That means if you tune into the YouTube channel by going to stewart.com/radio, to stewart.com/radio, you'll not only hear the show in all its greatness, but you'll get to see the guest as we are dressed in our Western apparel. That's right here on Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. So a tremendous show. We have super guests, in fact. So Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title begins right now. Let's welcome Marissa Rice. She is with Key Realty Properties. Marissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. How are you? I'm super excited to be here.
Well, that is awesome that you're here today. And also, your company, Key Realty Properties, is doing tremendous work all the time. Let's tell people about Key Realty Properties.
Oh, goodness. Key Realty Properties is an amazing brokerage that we have out in the Lake City area. We service the whole Bay Area. Well, and then some. I mean, I'm over in Lake Jackson, Angleton, Woodlands, wherever, so we go wherever we got to go in Texas.
That sounds like all over Houston. However, for those listening maybe outside of Houston on the internet, the Bay Area is south of Houston, right? And and has we say Bay Area, there's like a little bit of water around there too, right?
Oh, there's lots of water. We got Clear Lake, Kemah, Galveston. I mean, we got water parks coming up. We've got Great Wolf Lodge is building out there. I mean, we've got a lot going on down in the Bay Area. Absolutely.
Sounds interesting. As far as the company, all companies are a little bit different. Let's tell people some of your company distinctions.
So our company distinction, I think our main one is, for one, we are very family oriented. Our customers, I don't want to say customers, clients are very, very important to us. And we make sure that your biggest purchase is your best purchase. So we want to make sure that everything goes very smoothly for everybody. We are all CCISD certified. And what that means is that we know everything about the education that is going on at each high school. So, you have Clear Springs that does culinary arts. So if you want to be an Emerald Lagasse or, a Guy Fieri, there you go. We've got aerospace engineering. There? Yeah, really? At Clear Springs High School. We did our class there and we got to experience the culinary arts. The kids brought in lunch for us and I'm telling you, amazing. Clear Falls. I mean, if you want to be a biotech engineer, that's a perfect school for you to go to. We in Clear Lake Medical. So it's good for all of our agents to know the different distinctions with the different schools when we're working with our clients, because they want their kid to be the next nuclear engineer
or something. And the thing is, when we think about anywhere in the United States, maybe the world too, when people consider a real estate transaction residential,
right,
they think about the schools.
Absolutely.
And when we think about Houston, we hear about all these different school districts, or certain schools have certain claims that go with them.
Right.
And you guys are on top of it right
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
In the Bay Area.
Absolutely.
I didn't know there was the culinary factor down there.
Hey, I know. My kids would definitely have been, a culinary.
Well, that'd be good to have to train your children to be top chefs.
That's what I'm saying. Who doesn't want breakfast in bed? I mean, come on now.
That sounds good. And I'll have my steak medium rare, by the way.
Exactly.
So as far, let's talk a little bit about trends, let's say, in the marketplace. What's happening there? Maybe something a little different there in the Bay Area, but what's happening in the market
everything
as you see
is still hot. I mean, we're still moving and grooving. We've got a lot of listings, buyings. We've got a lot going on in our area. So I would say the trend is still right on top. We're right there. So
it seems to me, and I've mentioned this before, as far as, let's say you're helping a buyer, they come to you, they say, Marissa Rice, I need some help buying a property, and and I don't even need to mention a number. They mention a number to you. They say, maybe I want to be near water or whatever the requirements are. I want to be near a nice school district. How do you find them, and what's some of the things you're doing now that maybe you didn't have to do 3 years ago, because it's hard to find homes that stay on the market long enough for us to buy them?
Right.
How do you handle that?
Well, when we have a client that has specifications, then we definitely go through and it's pull out everything that meets their requirements or try to meet them as best as we can and give them an idea of where we're going from there. So, I know everybody thinks that there's nothing left. There really is. There are homes out
That's
there
good to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. There are homes out there that is going to fit everybody. And if not, we will definitely find one at Key Realty Properties. I guarantee it.
You're going to get the job done, it sounds like.
Absolutely, we will. Absolutely.
In a tremendous way. I'm just guessing. As far as, and with your clients, you're helping buyers and sellers, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
How does it work for you? Let's say the last maybe 20 transactions. Are you helping more buyers or more sellers? How's that the ratio working?
I would say it's probably about 50-50, but I do find myself more on the seller side. I've like right now I have a transaction in Nacogdoches, and then, we've got a condo coming up in the Woodlands. So, I've got a lot of sellers that I've been working with, but I don't know. I was thinking about that question this morning, and I would say probably 50-50, but probably a little more on the seller side.
It keeps you well-rounded. A lot of realtors that are listening to the show are saying right now, I need more listings like Marissa.
Hey, Key Realty Properties, baby.
So the other thing is, for those especially listening outside of the Houston area, from the Bay Area that you mentioned, you have transactions going on there, to the Woodlands. Now,
to Nacogdoches.
Yep. Those are all spread out from each other. So let's say we have listeners in Pennsylvania, California, and all that listen on the internet. Those are big distances. So, but then again, when you dial it down, take that Bay Area, just specifically some of the cities there, that's a big area too.
It's absolutely a big area. It's like from one end to the other.
Almost makes you think everything's bigger in Texas.
It is. That's right, Bill.
I know it's right. And I've been observing since a long time, since the 80s, let's just say that. So what are some of the other things that you're seeing out there, Marissa, and what gets you so excited to practice your real estate profession day in and day out with all this positivity?
Well, you know what, Bill? I love it. Get up in the morning, you're always meeting new clients. You're always, like I said, you're buying your home, a condo, anything. Any real estate is your biggest transaction that you're going to make, right? And it's your longest one probably too. So anything you can do to make a client happy, anything you can do to make the transaction smooth is, it makes me happy. I love people. I love being around. I love making them smile. I love doing the best that I can do. And, that's just me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Are you sure?
I do.
I was just kidding there because I was sure the second time you said, I love it. One of the other things I'm thinking about, and you can enlighten me, as far as your area of Houston, the Bay Area, south, those again outside of the area, it's south of the city of Houston, kind of on the way to the Galveston area, and also there's water in between. Sounds like in that area that sometimes people buy a second home there.
Right.
Let's say they live in, the Heights, or maybe they live in the Woodlands, and they want that second home right there in the Bay Area. Do you see much of that?
We do. Yes, we do. We've got a lot of people wanting to buy a condo down there in the Galveston area. They love it.
So what if I wanted to buy one?
Well, then I will help you out, Bill.
Okay, so let's take that thread, and let's say someone is maybe cost conscious for the second home because they have a bigger home somewhere else, and the condo sounds like it's going to be a little less money. And maybe I'm going to try to save by not being right on the water, but I want to be near the water, and I want a condo in a nice area somewhere in the Bay Area. Now, I don't know enough about the Bay Area to say it's Clear Lake or it's this or that. So what can I find, and what ideas pop into your head if someone came to you with that criteria?
Oh, goodness. Man,
Is it possible to get a condo?
I would say yes. I do have clients that I'm working with right now. We have been looking in Galveston. We've been looking in Kemah. We've been looking in League City. We've been looking in Clear Lake. There are a lot of places that we can find you something. I guarantee it.
Kind of what would the price range be? Well, let me throw a number. Let's say I had $350,000 and I said, Marissa, can I get anything that's going to be to give me a little getaway weekend thing or the getaway mindset? Is that possible? Or do I have
$350, you get a mansion. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
absolutely.
We might be talking.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. There's a price range out there in the whole area for a $350 example. I mean, you go anywhere from, we're looking at condos in Galveston that start at $120, right? I mean, you do have a good price range that you can work with. It's not the Clear Lake area. Oh my gosh, you have to have at least $100 million to move out there. It's not like that. We definitely have a little bit of everything for everyone.
And on that range, now we know Houston is a very affluent city. There's a lot of people that are very, very wealthy here in Houston.
Right.
And let's say you have the client or two that money is not an object, and they say, well, I have $1.5 million or $2 million. There's a lot of stuff to be had in that range, or is there?
Oh, absolutely. We can find you a house right in Kemah.
And if someone's listening, I bet you'd be glad to help them. They can call
absolutely.
you Marissa Rice,
right? On the
right?
water. Yes, absolutely.
Right. That's fascinating. So, again, as far as real estate, here you are. You love the real estate profession. What are some of the other things that you love so much about it? Because every transaction, I'm guessing, well, even in the title world, every transaction is a little bit different, right?
Right.
So every scenario, whether it's a single person, a family.
Every scenario is different. Every scenario, we all know that. And, let me tell you, I've been in the business for a couple of years, and I have learned a lot. I'm in a networking organization called the Women's Council of
That's right.
Yep. And
the Women's Council of Realty.
Realtors.
Realtors. Okay.
For the Bay Area, yes. And any realtors, any brokers, anybody out there that wants to get involved in a networking program, that's actually very, very amazing. It's done very well for me and meeting a lot of new people out there. So coming from our clients to title to inspections to surveys to any part of a transaction that we need, buying and selling, we've got a very great network of people out there. So,
and the Women's Council of Realtors has chapters all over, but I'm guessing the Bay Area is probably one of the bigger ones.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Bigger than Texas. I'm just kidding.
It sure is. Now, also, the other thing real quick, the rodeo. You're on some kind of committee?
Absolutely. I'm on Houston Metro Go Texan Rodeo for the NASA Clear Creek Friendswood. That is a mouthful. Don't say it three times in a row. We just started the rodeo, so we are super excited about that. The program that I'm on is we raise the money for the children for the scholarships that we give throughout the year. So we have 4 events that happen during the year, and it's a very, 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 very fulfilling, awesome. Man, I'm telling you, when I started this 7 years ago, to give a scholarship to a kiddo is so gratifying.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Before we close the segment, Marissa Rice, what else do you want people to know?
KRP, Realty Properties.
That's almost like KPRC, but you're saying KRP.
I know. It's meant to be.
There you go. Real Texas, real estate right there at KRP.
KRP.
Thank you, Marissa. Let's tell people how they can reach you.
You can reach me at marissa@hatsoffrealty.com, and my phone number is 832-425-2312.
It sounds like you said 832-425-2312. Marissa Rice. Thanks, Marissa, for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Bill. Have a great day. Thank you, Houston.
If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Let's talk with Tiffany Lopez. She is with Home Warranty of America, a tremendous nationwide home warranty company. Tiffany is in San Antonio, Texas. Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, your company is indeed around the United States, but you are located right in San Antonio. First, if someone is not familiar with Home Warranty of America, let's tell them about your company.
Okay, absolutely. So we are the original 13-month company. So instead of getting 12 months of coverage, you will get 13 with us. We are more inclusive than some of the others out there, meaning that we have more included in our coverage that other companies, you'll have to add those things on. And so we actually come out better priced as well. We just have a few great, wonderful things that stand us apart from others. One is that we are nationwide. We have no cap on Freon, which is a big deal. And then again, you just have this local person that is there to go to bat for you and help you whenever needed on claims processes and everything. So I have a huge territory. It is from San Marcos to San Antonio. And then it's also all the surrounding areas. So I've got like Seguin, I have Canyon Lake, Spring Branch, Bulverde. So all of those areas as well.
And
But
those
yeah.
are also beautiful areas as far as Texas goes. So you have a little bit of scenery as you're driving around your territory, it sounds like.
Absolutely, I do. It is truly the hill country, and it's
they-
absolutely gorgeous. Yes.
As they say, the hill country. And of course, your company has been around quite a while. And as
Correct.
companies are around, there's changes. Let's tell people about some of the great changes that are happening at HWA, Home Warranty of America.
Absolutely. So one of the biggest changes that we just did is we upgraded our system, and it has just so much better technology than what we had in the past. So I'm really excited about these great changes coming on, but the technology, it just makes a world of difference. So we had a good claims process already. We have been around for almost 30 years. So we have had great things in place, but now with this new system, our claims process is even better, even easier. Like it's incredible. So we've got great things coming just from upgrading our system recently. Very excited.
And that's a great thing, technology helping, especially when it comes to claims and making it easy for the person that has one of your plans. And when we think about
Exactly.
plans, I think some people are still confused. It just depends, I guess, how often people buy and sell their home. Some people wait. But as far as a home warranty, give us an idea what a home warranty really is. Sometimes people get it confused with insurance. What is the home warranty and what is it not?
Absolutely. So the home warranty, the acronym that I like to use is PEACH, PEACH. So a home warranty is going to cover plumbing, electrical, appliances, cooling, and heating. That is just the easiest way to think about it.
Peach.
But a home warranty, PEACH. Yep, absolutely. So, but truly, a home warranty, we cover system failures and mechanical failures that are inside your home that are caused by normal wear and tear. That's the definition of us. We do get confused sometimes with insurance. And I think we work pretty much hand in hand with insurance. An insurance company is going to cover these big catastrophic events like flooding and hail damage and big things. And then the home warranty is going to cover like your appliances and AC and heater and plumbing and things like that are inside the home that an insurance company does not cover, but that are still big, important items. So.
And they can, when we say big, they can be big in terms of financial costs for the homeowner. So thus, it's a great feature to have the home warranty, I think.
Exactly.
In addition to, of course, you have to having the home insurance. It's just one of the other tools to protect your wallet and also protect your home, right?
Exactly. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, for sure.
Well, all companies, especially in the real estate world, there's such a personal nature. We deal with people that help us, and the realtor has their own tool belt of companies they work with and individuals that they like to work with because you help them. As far as the benefits, let's say, of working with you, Tiffany Lopez, I know you do tremendous work because I hear about you here in Houston, but say give the realtors and others an idea of what it's like working with you, Tiffany, and, of course, your great company that stands behind you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. No, the biggest thing is really going to be just my responsiveness, whether it's email or texting or, phone calls. I will pick up my phone and answer if I'm there. I will answer a text immediately. If I see an email come through, I will reply immediately. So if I'm in a meeting, I will get back to it as soon as I can. But I know some people out there say, oh, I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And if you have a big leak going on, a plumbing leak, or if you have something big happen, it's 100 degrees in Texas and your AC goes out, which is common. We have about 6 months of that. So when that does happen, I want to be as responsive as I can to help these clients out as soon as possible, as opposed to just waiting and getting back to them just whenever I feel like it. So that is one big thing. I'm super responsive.
And that's right. You're being mindful of the weather we have here in Houston, because when the air conditioner goes down, it is a big event. We have to get that back online. And if you're answering the phone, that's the sooner that's going to be resolved. Give us an idea. Now, home warranty, we can look at the home warranty also as an investment for the home to protect our home and to protect us from inconvenience and then out-of-pocket costs. But let's tell people why you think it's a worthwhile investment. And also, we are in partnership with you as far as HWA, Home Warranty of America, and Stewart Home Warranty. Let's talk a little bit about that partnership and
correct. Yeah. With that co-marketing that we do and that partnership, it's just incredible. And it makes it so much easier. The clients can go in and close at Stewart Title and then just have that home warranty in place already for them. And it's just such an easy, smooth process. And it makes such a big deal when these clients are, this is one of the biggest investments they're ever going to make in their home. Like, they're buying a home is the biggest thing that you can do. And so they do have a little bit of panic when they're going to sign the documents and everything. So just to make it as easy and smooth as possible and to have that relationship with Stewart Title and us, just making it a smooth, easy process is just, it makes a world of difference for those clients. And then as far as the investment process, absolutely, to save money on those high dollar items that, when you are spending all of your money on closing documents and getting all of that, in your down payment and everything, it's, the last thing that you want is to move into your house and 2 weeks later your AC goes out. Oh. But it does happen, and it's actually common. And so just to have that home warranty to back you it just makes it peace of mind, peace of mind for those buyers buying the home, peace of mind for the agents that sold them the home, knowing that they have that home warranty. So just in case anything happens, they are going to be taken care of and covered and happy.
And as far as the area that you cover, you're working hand in hand, certainly with other title companies, but with Stewart Title, you're very familiar with them, I would think, as you
Absolutely.
Work with the offices. As Stewart Title, we have offices all over the United States, but certainly right there in the San Antonio area.
Yes, absolutely. I have great relationships. We've got one in New Braunfels, I live in New Braunfels, and so I visit them often. We have the same BDS that I work with also works in Canyon Lake. I know all of the escrow officers, and then of course in San Antonio, those few offices there, I visit all the time, and we do a lot of marketing together as well. So golf tournaments, and I see my Stewart, I call them my Stewart Title people, and I see them out everywhere all the time. And we just, it's great to have that partnership and that relationship.
Indeed it is. Let's tell people now, we know here in Houston, people hear the show at the time of broadcast in Houston. However, the market is very brisk, very robust, maybe even crazy, we'll call it. But let's tell people, as we wonder about what's going on in other areas, from your perspective, what's happening in that New Braunfels, San Antonio, in the Hill Country area that you're a part of?
Absolutely. It is where agents are pretty much begging for listings at this time. They have lots of buyers that are ready to go. They have buyers that have a big budget and ready to go. But people are wanting to move here, and people are wanting to live in this area. And so the listings are just hard to come by right now. So that's just kind of where the market is for now. I feel like it's going to even back out here pretty soon. That might just be wishful thinking, but that's where I am. But no matter what, I'm here and we're here, and we're just going to get through it. But that's what I've noticed in our market lately.
We are talking with Tiffany Lopez with Home Warranty of America. Her location is the San Antonio Hill Country area, New Braunfels, and those places. And Tiffany, before we close the segment, anything else you want people to know about you, your company? And by the way, on your Facebook page, you have the cutest dog on there. I have to say that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we have 2 little Frenchies, and then I have 3 boys, 10, 8, and 4. So when it's baseball season, I'm pretty much crazy with that. But that's evenings, and then days are home warranty. And I'm all about it. And I would love to work with everybody. Y'all just give me a call or email me, and I'm happy to work. Again, I'm super responsive. So, you'll get a quick response from me. And I love people. So I would love to work with everybody.
Tiffany, let's tell people the HWA website and then also the phone number where they can reach you in the Hill Country area.
Awesome. Perfect. So yes, our website is hwahomewarranty.com. And y'all can jump on there. You can register if you would like to and create your own account. If you do have a policy with us, you can file claims that way. And it's just super easy and flawless. But with myself, my cell phone is 210-740-9184. 210-740-9184. And I have my phone on me all the time pretty much. So just anything that y'all need, you let me know. I would say texting is the best for me, but whatever is best for everybody else.
That's 210-740-9184. And the website again, Tiffany?
Is hwahomewarranty.com.
And thank you for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Let's welcome 2 of our super associates at Stewart Title. Our branch manager, office manager of our Gulf Freeway location right here in Houston, Texas, is Angelita Negrete, and also with Angelita is Clarissa. She is our BDO, our new business development officer right there, Clarissa Mendez. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's exciting as always when we talk to our Stewart associates, especially right here in Houston, Texas, because we have, as you know, a mighty team, the A++, right, Angelita?
I agree.
Well, let's tell people, you are the office manager. Let's tell people about your office right there at the Gulf Freeway.
Well, hey, listen, I just want to say hello to everybody, and thank you for having me. Just want to let everyone know that, yes, we are a full bilingual office at the Gulf Freeway, so we can, speak Spanish from beginning to end. And agents, and lenders, we don't need you to translate anything at the closing table, because myself and my escrow officer, Mary, as well, can speak fluent Spanish. So, that's
it's a super feature, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's very needed here in Houston. So think of us on your next transaction when it's especially a Spanish speaker. We'll be more than happy to assist you.
In fact, I can be silent in 7 languages, but that's another story. So now people listen to the show when we think about the Gulf Freeway. Now, the Gulf Freeway goes north and south. Give people, Angelita, an idea where you are on the Gulf Freeway and kind of the marketplace you serve.
We serve the Pasadena area, of course, part of Houston, Sagemont area, and also we want to assist LaPorte area as well. We are right off of Fuquay and 45. We're off of Featherwood. So if you know the Lubies around there, we're right next to Lubies. So that's where we're located at.
In fact, that is a very busy area of Houston just in terms of traffic. So a lot of people are going up and down that Gulf Freeway because if they go further south than your exit, they're going to run into what? If they keep going, they're going to get to Galveston,
Galveston,
right?
yes.
which is a big destination, and I guess one of the main reasons people are on 45 going north, or they might be leaving Galveston, but a number of reasons. Now, here at Stewart Title in the Houston area, we have, 17 or so. We have a lot of offices here to serve people in Houston with residential and commercial and outside of the Houston area. But give people, as each office has an office manager, give us an idea of what's involved in being an office manager for Stewart Title, because it's a lot of important work and a lot of pieces come together at any closing. But the office manager, what are y'all doing over there?
Well, we're the ones that kind of keep everyone together, and definitely, we have to wear different hats depending on the day, and make sure that everything is going flowly and there's a flow, because the biggest thing is that we want everybody as a buyer or seller have the best experience at Stewart Title. And, my ultimate goal is that title company is kind of like the heart of the whole real estate transaction, and we have to pull it together. And so my biggest goal is the customer service, and also, provide the best service and the experience for especially new buyers and, other buyers that are in real estate and sellers as well. So that's the ultimate goal, is just to make sure that the process flow is easy and as pleasant as possible, because it's pretty tough to be in any type of real estate if you're buying or selling in that transaction, and, to pull everybody together to make sure that we get to the closing table. So that's the ultimate goal.
Angelita, what should buyers know about the closing process that many, many times they don't know, or even sellers when they come to the closing table?
Buyers, when you are buyers, just be patient. It is a long process, and with our world today, especially since the pandemic started, things are changing pretty often. So I would say just be patient and work with your lenders, work with your title company, work with your agents, and just kind of go with the flow of things. It does get a little frustrating, but I promise you'll get to that ending of purchasing your home. And, to purchase a home is not easy, and not everybody can get to that point. And when you're in that process, you're doing a great job, and just keep going forward. There will be bumps in the road, but just keep on going, and I promise you'll be in your new home.
And people that hear the show on a regular basis hear me say, stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer. And we have, as I said, Clarissa Mendez. Clarissa, you're there as a Business Development Officer for the mighty Gulf Freeway location. Let's tell people a little bit about the office from your standpoint.
My office is, I like to say, one of the best offices. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to pursue and stay in real estate and title, because of the ladies that I work with, especially the agents. Every agent that I've run into at that office loves the people. The escrow officers make everything positive, run smoothly, and it's the prime reason why I love being at that office, and I love my role now.
Well, as people will watch the YouTube video, and like right now as we're recording, but also I only met you prior one or two other times, and one of the things they'll see if they tune in right now, you have a big smile on your face, and you have had that every time I've seen you. Right there, there's positivity in a tremendous way. You're always smiling.
Thank you.
Let's tell people about that you're in such a great mood and such a great positive force.
Thank you. Well, it all comes down to just Stewart Title. I know it's a really cliche thing to say that I love the business I work for, but I really do. Before I started working here, I knew of Stewart Title. I had no idea what title insurance was. I learned all that when I started, but I just knew Stewart Title was a great company. I had some family who worked there, and they had nothing but good things to say. So I was already really excited to start, and it didn't let me down. Everything was exactly how I pictured it, the people, the agents, and it's easy to reciprocate that feeling that everyone else has, and it's easy to make bad days turn into good ones when you work for a great company.
There you go. In fact, in the studio right now, we also have Rachel Saunders, and I know I've talked to Rachel before. We run to the office. That's how much we like our jobs. Right?
Yes.
I mean, we run. So as far as before you got your role, and this is about, I don't know, what, a month, 2 months you're into this role
Yes,
of business
about
development.
1 month.
What did you do prior to being business development officer?
Prior, I was actually in college for engineering. I was about halfway done. I realized I don't think I want to do this. I'm a social butterfly. I want to talk. I want to see people. I was given the opportunity to step into the title business and kind of get my feet wet and see what it was like. And like I said, I fell in love. I changed my degree to, business management and real estate and now marketing. And I'm just really excited. So before I was all engineering and math, but now I'm all full-fledged business and marketing and for Stewart Title.
Well, I would think that's a super combination, having the logical mind, the facts, the figures, the details that it takes to have any kind of engineering abilities, but yet to have the social aspects as well. That's a big thing, and I think it's quite rare, quite frankly. So let's tell people, as far as business development officer, you're doing things out there. Do you have any upcoming events, or we want to tell people about the role where you're bringing people together for classes and other events right there at the Gulf Freeway?
Yes, we actually do have my first, I guess I can say, solo event coming up. It's March 9th. We're having a headshot session. We're having a professional photographer come out and take headshots for agents at a discounted rate. And it's a good time for people to come out to our office and meet our office, maybe some agents who have never seen us before. I've found that our office is pretty hidden, and a lot of people don't know we're a hidden gem, but we're there. And we have the Biz and Burgers coming up for Pearland. That's in March. I'm sorry, I forgot the date.
That's all right. All they need to do is contact you, and they can find those things out, the exact date. And speaking of contact information, let's tell people your phone number. And again, you're at the Stewart Title Gulf Freeway. They can just Google that, but let's tell them your phone number.
Yes, my phone number is 346-479-5387, 346-479-5387. The office line phone number, which I will answer right now, is 281-481-3327. And we are off of Featherwood Drive, Gulf Freeway, but off of Featherwood Drive.
And your phone number again is?
346-479-5387.
Clarissa Mendez. I've said it before when I first met you. Welcome aboard.
Thank
also,
you.
Angelita, here we are. Now, we record the show before people hear it. We're at the last day of the month, and that is notorious for real estate closings. How in the world are you even here? We're so happy, but how did you make it on such a busy day?
Well, I mean, it was not easy. I had to organize my schedule, but let me just say the amazing assistant that I have at my office is able to allow me to come and, present our office and kind of tell everybody, a little bit about us and where we're at. And so if it wasn't because of her, I probably would not be here, but let me just tell you, she can hold the floor for a couple of hours.
And what's her name?
Candy Giamis. Candy Giamis.
Well, I know she's a regular listener to the show, but that also speaks to the tremendous teamwork that's taking place at Stewart Title Gulf Freeway and all around the city and all around the United States at Stewart Title offices.
Absolutely, yes. And that's the biggest important thing is teamwork. We all work together. It's not about just whose position is who or whose, title is what. We all come together. If you have to answer phones, if you have to pull in your, help someone else in the office, then that's what we're there for. So,
as they say, teamwork makes the dream work. And how about this Clarissa? She's all right, huh?
She is.
A great asset to the office.
She really is. Yeah, we're really excited about her. Now we're just needing to get more better organization, because we know that once she starts hitting, getting out there and getting to know where, letting everyone where Gulf Freeway office is at. Because like she says, a lot of people, they remember years ago it was there and they just say, oh, you guys are still there. So when she starts marketing our office, so watch out.
we are still there. Angelita Negrete. Let's tell people how they can reach your office.
They can call at 281-481-3327. 281-481-3327. Just think of us on your next real estate transaction.
Or if you're driving to Galveston, just wave when you get by the Fuquay exit, right?
Fuquay exit, yep. Fuquay exit. Just take that exit. And we are on Featherwood, right behind Luby's.
Right there, Angelita Negrete and Clarissa Mendez. Ladies, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title would not be possible without our partner, Stewart Insurance. With a focus in real estate and a special focus on real estate brokers, Stewart Insurance creates insurance plans to address the risks facing our industry today. They invest a significant amount of time helping real estate broker owners offset and manage their risk. Once again, here he is, Stewart Insurance, John Bramlett. John, welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Always a pleasure to be with you.
John, another insurance segment. It's fascinating as we look back at all the segments that we have done that you've talked about. You've brought topics for us, things to think about. I always get excited because I don't know in advance what you're going to talk about. That's why this moment is extra exciting. What have you brought for us today?
Well, for our listeners today, Bill, I'd like to give them some points to consider and keep in mind when they're making an insurance decision, that whether they're working with Stewart Insurance or another insurance advisor, just some things to keep in mind when you're either evaluating your current situation or you're considering making a change.
And when you say that, thinking about things when you're making an insurance decision, it just struck me, and it really did the first time, that think about it. Insurance decisions are made every day about all kinds and every kind of insurance, small, large, for personal or for businesses. Insurance decisions are made every single day, maybe every minute.
Absolutely. And the points that we're going to talk about today are useful whether you're making a decision for your own personal insurance or you're making a recommendation for a client or you're making a decision for your business. I mean, the points that we're going to talk about today are all relevant regardless of whether it's a business insurance decision or a personal insurance decision. Well, the first one is, and it's obvious, but I still think it's worth considering, and it's make sure that the insurance professional that you're working with is licensed to write property and casualty coverage. You would hate to get in the point where you're having a conversation with an individual and you find out 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the conversation that they really don't have the right to write property and casualty coverage. Maybe they just do health and life. But it's important to make sure that first and foremost, before we start talking about my home plan or before we start talking about errors and omissions for my business, let's make sure that they're licensed in the state that you operate to be able to discuss and provide that type of coverage. So that's the first one. The second one is to understand if they're a captive or an independent agent. A captive agent is limited to the access of plans that they can offer based upon the company that they're associated with. Whereas an independent agency like Stewart Insurance has access to a variety of insurance partners, whether they be on the personal side or on the business side, to better meet our individual, personal, and business needs. So it's important to understand if they're a captive agent or an independent agent. I'd also take a look at to see, do they focus or have a focus in the area that you're looking at? Are they a company that is really tailored to a specific area, or are they kind of agnostic and they can just do whatever? We have a team that is focused solely on your personal lines, your home, your auto, your wind, your flood. They understand what those needs are. They have the ability to write a variety of plans in a variety of states all throughout the U.S. But they also understand, because we are part of the Stewart Title family and we live and breathe real estate, that they can really help you begin kind of the center of your plan around your home or your tenant or your renter's plan, and then build around that. And the same on our business line side, where we strive to be the insurance resource for real estate. So, it's important to know, do they have a focus in the area that you're working with? As an individual, it's beneficial to understand the difference between risk and exposure. So the risk is the probability of an event occurring that may lead to an undesired outcome. And all the exposure is potential for monetary damages. So what's the probability that something bad could happen? And then what are going to be the monetary exposure? So it's important that you understand what those risks are and what the potential exposure or the outcome of that risk could be. And then once you have that understanding, whether it be for your personal insurance or whether it be for your business, it's important to understand that. Then we can talk about, and you ought to talk about with your insurance advisor, how to manage that risk. So how do you reduce the probability of that event happening? And then offset exposure. What can you do to reduce the monetary damages that might occur because of that? So on the offset, the exposure, one of the areas that you can do would be, do you have the proper insurance plan in place so that if something like that does happen, that you can get back to normal fairly quickly? And then on the managed risk, what are the things that you're doing to minimize a chance for that bad event, that undesired outcome to take place? So are you double checking email addresses before you respond? If somebody's changed the parameters of a deal that you're working on, have you confirmed that through a phone call and used the number that was on some documented papers versus a number on the email? Do you have multi-faceted authentication, both on your personal accounts as well as your business accounts? So some of the things that you can do to help manage that risk as well as offset the risk. And then finally, just think about it in terms of what's important to you to become properly insured. What does that mean to you? Do you want a robust coverage where that you've got as minimal exposure as possible? Or are you in a situation where you don't need a lot of coverage right now, whether it be from a financial perspective or just exposures that you might not have? But the ability to understand what that coverage is that you have and understand the coverage that you don't have and be comfortable with that. And once you're comfortable with that, I know what I'm covered for and what I'm not covered for, and I'm comfortable with that decision at this point in my life and at this point in my personal life and this point in my business life, then we say that you're properly insured.
And that's the goal for us all and us as businesses as well, to be properly insured. And I think it's so great that we put it that way. I never hear any other insurance company say that, but to be properly insured. And when you were talking about risk and exposure, in terms of home insurance, I have an example right here. When you said there's things we can do, right? There are things we can do from a cyber standpoint, the authentication, I'm not even going to attempt to say the multifaceted authentication.
You got it.
There we go.
You got it.
So even that. But as far as just the home insurance, for example, and I know this is in my own personal situation, I have been remiss at trimming my trees. So they've been growing almost like grass, the trees around my house, and I have a lot of them. And I realized that, those trees are getting a little close to the house. And when we've had windy events here lately, and it's a reminder for me every time, I may have insurance. If one of those limbs break my window and water comes in, I might be covered. But there's things I can do to reduce that risk if it gets really windy. I'm going to make sure that the limbs are further away from my house. And you can go down the line and make other examples, maybe in your car situation and so on and so forth. But, there are things we can do, and we just have to be observant.
Absolutely.
And diligent and take action upon them. And I'm reminding myself to get a tree guy out there. So, yes.
Well, it is. I mean, be mindful of things around your home. Are you keeping up with the basic maintenance so that there's a less likelihood that there's an issue with the home, therefore less likelihood that you're going to have a claim? How you drive, where you drive, when you drive can all affect, you can't control what somebody else is going to do, but you can control, what times of the day you drive. You can't control the speed that you drive. You can control where you park, the types of paths or routes that you take. So those are all things that you can do as an individual to minimize that risk.
And I'll tell you, one of the other things I'm doing, we hear about right here in Houston and other cities about the catalytic converters being taken off of cars, right? One of the things I do is I'm very careful about when I go to a restaurant or shopping center. In fact, there may be shopping centers and restaurants I don't go to because I don't see any level of security there. And if I can go to a place where you see a security person driving around or whatever, well, it's not going to totally eliminate the risk. However, it helps. So I'm particular where I park, which stores I shop, because one thing about here, at least in Houston, Texas, many other cities, is we have choices. We're abundant with restaurants, grocery stores. There's so many. We can be choosy, and thus, in the case of our cars and our personal safety, we need to be mindful. And as our FBI friends, several of them, maybe 6 total now, they all say keep your head on a swivel.
Absolutely. So it's nice to have choices, and to selfishly bring it back to Stewart Insurance, because we're an independent agent, that our clients do have choices, and that we are going to take a look and see, based upon what your needs are for your home, or what your needs are for your apartment, have options for you to consider. What are your needs for your real estate brokerage from a professional liability perspective, or you've got a big enough staff that we need to look at workers' compensation coverage or ELPI, employment liability coverage. So, let's take a look at that and have some options to consider to see what makes sense for you. So ultimately, as we always say, you become properly insured.
Properly insured. John, let's tell people how they can reach you.
They can call us at 866-798-2827. They can email us at stewartinsurance@stewart.com, or to learn more about us, visit us online at stewartinsurance.com.
I like that the website is tremendous, stewartinsurance.com. And one more time on the phone number.
866-798-2827.
John Bramlett, Stewart Insurance. Thank you, John.
Bill, always a pleasure.
Okay, once again, business development people at Stewart Title are so important. That's right. Stay close to them. We have even more right now. We have Jennifer Bradley, Rachel Saunders, and Susan Bottoms. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for having us
Hi,
again.
Bill.
Well,
Thank
we only
you.
have a little bit of time, but you're here. It's super awesome. This is the most amount of business development officers that we've ever had on the show, including me. So first, Jennifer Bradley, we have not seen you for a while. Where have you been? And let's tell people about your offices.
My 2 branches, I'm in the League City and Texas City offices in the Bay Area. Awesome place.
All this talk about the Bay Area and you guys and Marissa, it makes me almost want to move there.
You should, Bill. Come on.
And close at Stewart Title.
We absolutely.
And, of course, your mom, Harriet Dew, she's right there in Galveston, right?
She is, yes,
Doing
sir.
tremendous work 24/7. Also, Rachel Saunders, let's tell people about your office right quick.
Well, I'm down in Friendswood and Pearland, so when you're needing a amazing title company down that way, hit us up at Stewart Title.
We're covering all the bases all around geographically in Houston and even beyond. Susan Bottoms, there you are once again. It's so nice to see you. Let's tell people about your office.
Hi, Stewart Title, Clear Lake in the Webster area, and we would love to grab some of the business as well. And our office is still hitting records, over 100 orders a month. And
100 orders a month.
It's been amazing. We've just picked up so many new agents and looking forward to this year being as great as the last 2 years and beyond.
Webster, that's like the dictionary.
Yes,
but
Webster.
It's a city.
Yeah, Clear Lake.
See, I'm quick like that, Sue. Okay, Jennifer, a last word from you before we close things down. Let's tell people your phone number, how they can reach you, and your office again is?
I can be reached at 281-221-1508, 281-221-1508. I am in the League City and Texas City offices.
And do us a favor. Don't be a stranger, all right? Come back sometime and see us again and again.
Of course I will.
Right, Rachel? And your office number is?
832-418-4778.
One more time, Susan.
Susan Bottoms, Clear Lake, Stewart Title, 832-851-7935.
And there you go. Thank you all for listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Knapik. Right, this is a record-breaking show. More business development people right here from Stewart Title than ever before in all our 418 shows. That's right. You could check that out. Fact check it if you would. Also go to stewart.com/radio. Once again, this is a Go Texan edition. People are wearing Western wear, so you've got to go to stewart.com/radio. You can see that is your entrance into the YouTube channel. Thank you all for listening to our show. Please tell others. Again, stewart.com/radio. Again, stewart.com/radio. Thank you guys for being on the show. Right, ladies?
Yes. Thank you, Bill.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.